caught me. I got busted. I was trying to share my show on Facebook. I just wanna take these glasses off because you see how you can see the reflection of the computer? That would drive me nuts if I was watching it and I'd be like, this guy's computer screen's reflecting on his glasses. It's driving me nuts. That's what I would do. I can't see you. I mean, I can see you, but I can't. It's just I don't know. So I'm going to take them off. But I want to thank everybody for being so patient with the Neutral Corner. We are back, and I could not be happier with the guest we have lined up for the show. I sat back and I thought, the Neutral Corner is great. I love doing it. I enjoy boxing. Greatest sport in the world. Don't try to change my mind because you won't. It is the greatest sport in the world. But I was like, I see other boxing shows and other boxing podcasts, and I see some of the, the fancy stuff they got, right? And I'm like, geez, I can never do that, So, I'm just going to step back and let it kind of ride. And I had people asking, hey, where's the Neutral Corner? What's going on with the Neutral Corner? You guys coming back? And I was like, yeah, we're thinking about it and things like that. But there was one person that said it, and there was actually two. And the second person just said it a minute ago when we were talking with our next guest that's in the green room rating, probably saying, Jerry, shut up, bring me in. I want to get the show rolling, right? But Aaron Bernardo from Bernardo's Boxing told me, he's like, listen, it's not about all those cameras and this and that and nothing. It's about what you bring to the table or what you bring to the discussion. And I always been and I always will be. The Neutral Corner is about the trainers. It's about the boxers. It's about the gyms. It's about all the things they're doing. It's about all that stuff. And we want to be part of it. And what I mean by that is, we want to give you the platform to be able to come on here, promote your shows, promote your boxers, talk about the different programs you got going on in your gym. We want to be about that. That's what we want to be. That's the most important thing to me, not camera angles and this, that, and the other. There's nothing wrong with that. Believe me, if you're able to do that, go do it. I'm great. We will be soon, but Aaron has always said, listen, what you talk about and the guests you have are great. So coming back for the first show, I could not ask for a better guest. Aaron Bernardo, Trainer of the Year in 2024. On to bigger things now, having an event along with Boston Boxing Promotions, another great promoting company that's out there doing good things in the boxing scene. So without any more talking, as you see I can do, let's bring on Aaron Bernardo from Bernardo's Boxing. Aaron, I got it.
I'm gonna be blind with you. I'll be blind with you.
So look, I'm sitting here and I'm saying, like, if I'm watching someone and I'm seeing what like they can see, I'm like, that's driving me nuts. I can see you, but very, very blurry. And I don't advise you to do that, Aaron. Take your glasses off when you're holding the mitts. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I got my goggles for. But
there you go. There you go. How are you, man? How's things?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
Oh, man. Anytime. You know that. Anytime, Aaron. And thanks for the encouragement and always supporting the Neutral Corner. You've always done that. And I appreciate that, And we're back and we're going to be consistent and we're going to hammer it. So everything's well. I know you just had an event at the CYO with Boston Boxing Promotions. So let's get into that. How was that event? And I want to get into, and I want people to know what happens behind the scenes. It's not just like, hey, we want to have a show at your gym. And you're like, yeah, okay. There's a lot of work that goes into that. And I want people to understand that so they can appreciate it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of work. So get into it. How did we do this weekend?
Yeah, man, it was good, man. So, Peter Zimmer, he's, one of the bigger promoters around New England. He's been doing it a long time, I think like 13, 14 years, something like that. And he's a younger guy, too. He's, close to my age. So, we get along really well. And I always tell people, I do so much with Peter because loyalty is big for me. And when I had my first pro, which was Kyle Cusick, and we were like, it was during COVID. We were ready to make the jump. We wanted to get into the pro game. And at that time, not really many people have done it. You know what I mean? Around here at least. And Peter was the only one who answered the call, man. He was. We reached out to a couple of different promotions, and they all left us on red, and didn't really care. And now those promotions are banging at the door, obviously. But Peter was the one that answered, man. So loyalty's big for me. So yeah, we've been working with Peter for like almost 6 years now, and he came to me a few months ago and was like, "Hey, listen, you've been doing a lot of amateur shows at your gym, and they look amazing. And Peter's actually like done some announcing for me at some of my amateur events, and he was like, dude, he's like, I'd love to do a pro show here. I'm like, yeah, sure. He
Yeah.
goes, I'd like to like partner with you on it and host it at your show, and kind of collab. And I met me, him, and my wife. We met. We looked at the layout and we made it happen. So um, it was good. There's definitely a lot that goes into it. You know what I mean? Like city officials, getting everybody on board. It was our first event that we had alcohol at here at Bernardo Boxing at the
Oh, you,
CYO.
you had alcohol?
We actually had alcohol, yeah, which was a new thing
Wow.
for us. But, the bar was amazing. It turned out great. They did amazing. So, that was really good. No issues, obviously. We got all the details that we needed and stuff. And yeah, it was really good. So then the other thing that was like a challenge for me was obviously like whenever I host an event at my gym, I'm wearing a couple different hats. You know what I mean? Coach, kind of promoter, confidant, host of the show, and running around and working the door and stuff like that, right? So I'm wearing a couple different hats, and Saturday was really no different on March 27th. I kind of had to run around a little bit, at least in the beginning, but I had some really good help. So like shout out to guys like Bobby Tebow on my team and Justin Rotowski and Nick Kearns. Like those guys had my back and they helped me out, and they were kind of holding down the logistical part of things, helping out Peter and Nick DeSalvio, who's the other promoter, also a good friend of mine. And they allowed me to go back and be coach because I had 5 pros on the card.
Wow.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I've had 10 amateurs on one card, 13 amateurs on one card, but pro boxing is a little different. To some certain extent, it means a little bit more. Like everybody, you have an amateur fight, you lose a couple of amateur fights. Like once you go pro, that record evaporates, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really knows amateur records, but when you turn pro, every fight counts. Whether it's a low level fight, like a real 50-50 fight or some high level fight, like no matter what the fight is, whether you win or lose, that's staying on your record. That's going on BoxRec, and that's staying with you forever.
Mm.
So pro boxing just has that to it, and it means a little bit more. So there was a lot of pressure that night, and we had 5 pros. We went 3-2 on the night. We had 2 fights that didn't go our way for different circumstances, and then we had 3 big knockout wins. So successful night, positive record on the night, and the 2 losses were learning experiences. But all in all, sellout show. It was very successful. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, sellout show, man. That's a lot. Boston Boxing Promotions. Did I say it correct? Boston Boxing Promotions.
Boston Box Promotions, yeah.
They always put out a good card, man. Welcome to Fall River. Thank you to Aaron Bonanno, Bonanno's Boxing, and Boston Boxing Promotions. Put on a great show. No issues at all. Right here in Fall River, Massachusetts, in a building that is historical in itself. You know what I mean? So we want to have more of these because Aaron, you put on not just this event. I mean, you've put on the Battleship event. You put on events throughout the year. And
Yeah.
what you're doing is you're bringing so many people into our community. And I think it's great, right? So you're bringing people from all across New England that are coming to participate in these events. You know what I mean? So I think that helps our community a lot. And I think we need to start supporting people like yourself because you're helping your community by bringing people in, and that helps
Yeah.
restaurants, right? And people go have a
Yeah.
drink, go have something to eat.
Businesses, stores, and shops, and just it helps everybody. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, yeah. So
Peter's
you're
more.
you're a big part of the. I know you're a humble guy, but you're a big part of the community, and you're bringing people in. And the place looked amazing. I just want to say it. It's always clean. It's bright. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know who you got for a cleaning crew, but they do an amazing work, man.
yeah.
I'm
My
telling
wife,
you.
me and my
First thing
wife.
I noticed in pictures, I'm like, Jeepers, look at the floor, look at the ceiling. Like everything's white. It's really nice. You know what I mean? And I think that takes a lot of work too. And I think you got a good team.
Yeah, man. Me and my wife. My wife Samantha. She's amazing. You know what I mean? Like she always has my back, and She, behind the scenes, she's always helping me cleaning, making sure everything's good. I've been doing like these little day in the life posts on like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok,
Oh, that's awesome.
kind of showing like what I go through on a day to day, and it's hard to keep up with. It's hard to make content all the time, but
Right.
I'm probably gonna end up sharing it. We did one like, the day after the show. Everybody sees the glory of the show, but
Right.
they don't see the aftermath of wraps and gauze everywhere and cups and bottles and
Yeah.
stickiness on my gym floor, and we're in there picking it up and mopping and sweeping, and it takes a rising tide lifts all boats. You know what I mean, as Peter
Yeah.
Zimmer would say. And I also do have a great team. Like I said, the guys that help me out on the shows and help me out on these ring rentals. So like Bobby Tebow, who's my assistant coach for the kids program, and Justin Rotowski, who helps me with my logistical stuff, and you got Nick Kearns, who's my mechanical guy, and all these guys. They're always there when I need them at the drop of a dime and a phone call, and it's just a solid crew. And then a lot of my fighters, you know what I mean? My fighters, my teams, my fight team guys. They'll come with me on events. They'll come with me on ring jobs, and we always get it done, man. And
Yeah,
we
yeah, I
provide.
noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that. Like even your fighters will help you in the corner. They'll help setting the
Yes.
ring up. So you got like a whole. It's like a whole family vibe, man. You know what I mean? Like, and talk about loyalty. Talk about loyalty. It's sure, these guys are so loyal. Like you said, you can call them at the drop of a hat, and you know
Hmm.
they're there for you. But Bobby, Justin, and Nick, man, great stuff, guys. Keep at it. Your work's important to the sport of boxing. Your work's important to the community. So that's great, and you need that. You need that trust and loyalty in programs, and you need a good foundation and a great team, Aaron. It sounds like you have that. I just want to get a little bit into some of the programs you offer at Bernardo's Boxing. I know you're working with the schools. Tell me a little bit about that. I know you did
Yeah.
the something with Parkinson's, and I know you do some educational work also at Bernardo's Boxing. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So we have a variety of programs. We obviously have like our, we have our, I call it adult boxing, 18 plus, and that's pretty much like in all levels, kind of an intermediate class. So like, we got guys who are just kind of getting into the sport, guys who are amateur champions, maybe some pros, and that's like a basic. We're doing some drills, some heavy bag drills. I'm circling out some guys on the pads, and just a solid little boxing class. We're doing like a heavy calisthenic warm up, running the stairs, stuff like that. Then we have our basically our youth program is kind of blown up. So like after the adult boxing, you go into like competitive training. So we do like our competitive fight team training, which is just guys that compete, and we're doing like more advanced drills there, and then we're doing our sparring there with our team. And then you get into the kids programs. We have Tuesdays and Wednesdays we do kids boxing. So we go 5:30 to 6:15. We go our smaller kids, ages 4 all the way to 12, and then 6:15 to 7:15 we go ages 13 to 18, like 17, 18,
Mm.
and man, like, and then Thursdays we do a 5:30 small group training where I have the kids come in. I pretty much give each kid like individual, like a little mini private session, and then sometimes we'll do like more heavy drills or sparring. And just my kids program, man, has just blown up, and I think we're training like almost 60 kids now. The,
Wow.
reten- the retention rate's been amazing. I'm very grateful and happy that I opened up my nonprofit because my gym's able to do something for the city youth that a lot of these other gyms aren't able to do right now. Um, I'm sponsoring. We sponsored about 40 kids for the past 3 months, and they didn't even have to pay a membership, and then out of my own pocket. And then we had Trident Environmental Group sponsor the kids for another month, which was an amazing thing. And then we just got another grant, another educational grant, where we're sponsoring another 30 kids for 6 months. So 30 of our kids don't have to pay a membership until September. And even the memberships we do have, because we have the education grant, I'm only doing it for $20 a month,
Wow.
which is really, really a good price for 2 to 3 classes a week for these kids. So it's pretty amazing. And I think that's why we just keep, we keep listen, we live in a impoverished area. You know what I mean? It's financial. There's a lot of financial struggles in Fall River, and I know that. And I never want to have to turn away a kid because I'm asking $60 for a membership.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm
Wow.
about. And listen, does my gym make money? Yeah, for sure. I have amazing clients. I have fight team members that invest in their careers, and their parents invest in their careers, and they pay me. And yes, for sure. But that's the business side of it. You know what I mean? And raising guys up and managing pros and doing events, like that's the business side of it. But my nonprofit, we're all about the youth, and that's my mission. And
And okay, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, that's just so
Yeah,
we it's for free or
that's
cut rate.
amazing. Man. I know I know I'm cutting you, but I just want to, if I could, the youth that you're helping and even the younger kids. I just want the viewers that are watching now and may watch later. It's boxing, but it's not teaching young kids to beat up people, right, Aaron? We're not teaching
Oh,
kids to be tough. We're teaching kids to be disciplined, right? We're teaching
most of
kids
these
to be
kids may never
structured.
compete in their lives. They may never compete. You know what I mean? But the discipline they learn here, the routine they learn here, the listening skills they learn here, just being around their peers, being around somebody like me that they look up to and revere, all that stuff helps. And there has been some diamonds. You know what I mean? Like we have a couple kids that will compete in the Junior Olympics that I'm hosting in May, and they're killing it, man. You know what I mean? They're absolutely killing it. I'm proud of them. So, um, the future's bright, even for the competition team, for the teens class.
Yeah.
So it's been an amazing thing. It's definitely been an amazing thing, and it's actually. I was telling my wife this the other day. Like my teens program, man, my kids program, like, but even especially the teens, like these kids have given me like a newfound love for the sport.
Wow.
Like I've
I
been doing
like
this a
that.
long
I like
time.
that.
Yeah, I've been doing it a long time, and I've had the same guys for a long time, and they're phenomenal human beings, and like managing pros and like open class amateurs, like going to every amateur show and just putting guys in, and just week after week, like it's a grind, and
Mm.
it gets monotonous at times, and it's kind of just part of the day, part of the routine, part of the week, part of the weekly grinds. But like seeing these new kids come up and how excited they are and how passionate they are, and seeing the struggles they go through and the mental health struggles that they have, and sometimes the problems in schools that they have, and them coming to talk to me and not being afraid to like cry in my arms or express their feelings to me, like it's unbelievable, man. Like it's
That's
unbelievable.
gonna
Like
be, and it's so rewarding, right? That's gonna make you
I
feel,
love these kids,
because they
man.
can
I
trust you.
really
If
do.
if a young child starts talking to you and telling you their situations, Aaron, and you know that, I don't have to tell you, that's trust. And that's huge,
Yeah.
man. Tell me about like bullying as some of these kids come to you and be like, I'm getting bullied, or you know what I mean? How are
Yeah,
you?
well, you know what I mean. Like that's always a thing. Some kids are getting bullied. Some kids maybe were the bullies, and I treat them, and I adhere to them different ways, right? But like, I know a lot of the kids will tell me they'll go to school, and Instagram's huge, obviously now, and I got a pretty
Yeah,
big presence on there, and kids will look up the page and say, "Oh, you train at Bernardo's? Well, I train at so and so gym, and I train here. We should fight," and
right.
stupid stuff like that. You know what I tell the kids? I'm like, "Hey, listen, just ignore it. Listen, just ignore it. Keep coming to the gym. Keep showing up. Keep doing the real stuff. Keep showing up in the gym, sparring, training, going against other trained athletes. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff is like hosh posh stuff. That's all like funny business, and it's gonna do nothing but get you in trouble. So, um,
Exactly.
and that's what I'm trying to promote in my gym. Like there's just a certain there's just a certain way you're supposed to conduct yourself, and I'm trying to promote that here. And nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. Obviously, like listen, you'll catch me at a fight night. Do I lose my top sometimes? For
Absolutely.
for sure. Did
Yeah.
I lose my top on the pro show on March 27th for a fight? For sure. Am I regretful of it? Not really. I'm passionate, man, and I have my reasons. And I love my athletes, and I love this sport probably more than most. And I take things very personally. And if I react a certain way, and we weren't already friends to begin with, why would we be friends afterwards, right? Um, and I
I
don't have
love
to
it,
be
Aaron. Aaron,
yeah,
I
and I
love
don't
it.
have to be friends, and I don't have to be friends with you to do business. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
this is the fight business, right? Like
Right.
we're fighting, right? You know what I mean? So I'll take a fight. I'll take a fight with a coach that I absolutely love and like I respect. I'll take a fight with a coach who I can't stand. You know what I mean? And do I need to tell them I can't stand them? No. Why? That's not good business. You know what I mean? So
And
I
it's
just do what
it's
I
it's
do.
not about you. It's about
Yeah.
your fighters and your
Yeah.
boxers and getting them the
Yeah.
boxing matches that they need,
Listen,
man. Right?
everybody gets crazy and this and that. But like, listen, like, why wouldn't I take this sport personal? Like, I do this for a living. You know what I mean? Like, however I figure that out, or whatever my niche is, it works for me. If it doesn't work for you and you don't make no money, I'm sorry to hear that, son. But like, it pays my bills. You know what I mean? And it pays my bills, and I'm also training kids for free. So it doesn't pay your bills, and you're not able to train kids for free. So I don't really know. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, you haven't figured it out yet. That's cool. I figured it
Yeah.
out. I mean, and if anything, I should be the most personal about it. I got guys coming at my neck, and they know I got 4 kids to feed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right. Right.
you know what I mean?
You
Um,
just, you know, Aaron,
listen,
Aaron, you just keep doing what you're doing. And I've always told you this,
yeah,
we've known
oh,
each other a long time, Aaron. I've
yeah.
always told
The
you this.
real ones know. Guys like you know that have known me since I was 17, 16 years old. You know what I mean? The real guys know what it is, and I know what you have to offer, and that's why I told you screw everything else and any other podcast. Like, just do your thing, man. You have a great product, and I know I have a great product. Like, I don't
Absolutely.
care if you're 2 feet from me, 3 feet from me, down the street. I know what I have to offer. I know the clientele that I have. I know my resume. I know what I can produce. The proof's in the pudding. Who else?
Absolutely.
Who else is going out every weekend, catching 3, 4 wins in one week, renting their ring to every single show, putting on their own events, consistently. And this is what I say: consistently,
Absolutely,
multiple
brother.
times a month, consistently. Who else is doing it? And then they'll say, "Oh, well, Aaron doesn't fight anymore. Aaron doesn't fight. Aaron's not a fighter. What else do you want me to do?"
Right.
And then when I keep doing all this, and I get back in the ring, and I beat somebody up, then they'll
Haters
say,
gonna
"Oh,
hate, brother.
they'll
Haters gonna
say, well,
hate.
he fought a bomb. Well, he fought a bomb. He
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
fight. He can't fight real guys. All right, dude. You can't even coach, or you can't even run your gym, or you can't even keep. You know what I mean? Like,
You know,
everybody will always say something. At the end of
so
the day, everybody's got to eat. I'll just say this. At the end of the day, I had a client come in the other day, right? And you always see these people posting on Facebook, like, "Oh, I want to train my kid," or "I want to train this person," right? And I get tagged. I'll get tagged quite a bit, and then other gyms will get tagged. That's great. And what I want to say to them is, "Hey, go try all of them. We're all in pretty close proximity. Go. You could probably walk around downtown Fall River and hit 5 boxing gyms. All
right.
right. It's
But I
you
love
know
that too, Aaron. I love
Hey,
that.
well, it's the market, you know what I mean? And competition makes things better. You got Nick's hot dogs and JJ's hot dogs. You got Marzilli's Malcucci's. So I love it. You know what I mean? PAL's been around 50 years. They're across the street from me. You know what I mean? Stay
Yep.
Ready's moving in down the street. Beautiful. I love it. You know what I mean? So it just amps it up. It just makes
Absolutely.
it better. You know what I mean? It just makes it better. You know what I mean? Everybody's got to do a little bit more. Everybody's got to be on a little bit more high alert. Like, that's a beautiful thing. And that's competition. And at the end of the day, that's what boxing is about, competition. But I will say this, and there is gyms that that don't like me, and maybe I don't like them either. And this is very true. And this is true in gyms. This is true in business. This is true in uh, convenience stores. This is true in plumbing businesses. This is true in everywhere, right? Competition is competition, right? And this is facts, right? But I had a woman come in here, and I'm training her son now. I have her as a client, and you know what she said to me, Jerry? She said, "I posted that, and she has a lot of followers on social media." And she said, everybody flooded my DMs. Everybody, like every gym around here, flooded my DMs. And she said, you know what the difference is? She goes, every single gym had something bad to say about the other gym.
And
Like, come
you,
to me for this, but these guys don't know how to do this. Come
yeah.
to me for this, but that guy doesn't do this. Come to
Right.
me for this, but this guy was never this. She said I was the only one. And mind you, I didn't message her. She messaged me. And mind you, I was the only one, she said, that didn't badmouth another gym.
There you go. Because and
And I might not like you.
but,
I might not
but
like
it's
you.
business. It's
It's
business, and I'm
bit,
not
but
going
I'm
to
not gonna
bash you.
I'm not gonna intentionally poach or take food out of your kid's mouth because I got kids to feed, and I'm not gonna do that to your family because you got kids and you got a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever you got, right? I'm not gonna mess with your shit. I'm not gonna mar your name.
Coach
For
Aaron
what?
spitting facts right
That
now.
just makes me look like a crumb. That just makes me look like an asshole. You know what I mean? And I'm probably
Yeah.
releasing the secrets right now. Now they're all going to be nicey and get clients again. Now they're all going to be sweet.
They're gonna
Now
be
they're
like,
all
I'm
going
not,
to be,
you know what,
yeah.
man? Look,
I'm
man.
saying too much. Keep doing what you're doing. Everybody's doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. But I'm just spitting facts, man. At the end of the day, like, I've been doing this full time. It's going to be 9 years this year. I walked away from a state job to do this shit. My wife ain't had to, suit up and go, be a dental hygienist for 8 years, with a full college degree. She ain't had to do it because boxing's put food on the table. And I'll tell you something right now. I don't care what I got to do or what I got to go through. Boxing will still put food on the table. I will still keep doing this. There's a lot of people. There's like 7 billion people on this planet. There's like 7 billion people on this planet. There's got to be at least a couple that want to come box with me, right?
Absolutely, brother. So listen, man. Very
Rant
well
over.
said. No, rant over. There wasn't very well said. Facts spoken. And I think all the boxing gyms in Fall River are good. It just shows that you are confident enough in your ability to train people, and you're just going to let that show. I could say I'm good at this, I'm good at that, I do this, I do that. But what you did is, you know what? I'm just going to sit back, let it play out, and I'm going to show what I can do without speaking what I can do. And I think that's the difference. But we got some comments coming in. I want to get to them. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were talking, right? So we got Justin Vieira. It says haters will watch you walk on water and say it's because you can't swim.
That's fire. Yeah.
Right? And then you got Kerry Rivers. Coach Aaron is the best. The kids and team programs are one of the kind. He and his team are great with the youth. Also, great atmosphere. We've all become like a family. Also, shout out to Coach Aaron for starting up a women's group. But one more. I want to get back to that women's group, but I want to get to the next comment because I want people to know this show is your show. You run the show. You guys run it. David Simon says the retention rate speaks to the family atmosphere and as a coach connection to these youth. Man, that's good stuff. That's right there. You don't have to say I'm good at this or I'm not good at right there speaks for itself.
That's it. You know what I mean? And those are the people I want. Right, you know what I mean? Like, those are the people I want. You know what I mean? Like, Jerry, when's the last time you saw me post on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anything, my website? Come train with me. This is my Venmo. This is my Cash App. This is my website. When's the last time you see me call out for clients?
Aaron, look, people know you and I go way back. They know you and I are friends. And I can honestly say, I'm going to say never. Never, because you shouldn't have to.
Yeah. Do I post 10 million stories of me holding pads for various
Absolutely.
people? Yeah, because I'm working. That's what I do. But do I?
Right. If I'm painting,
no. Am I putting out package plan? Go look on my website. Go find prices. Go look for prices on my website. You can't find it. DM me. If you want to train me that bad, DM me. We'll set it up and we'll get it going. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, it's one of those things.
You know what, Aaron? I mean, I'm sitting here talking to you and I'm saying to myself, oh, this guy must be dealing with a lot of bullshit in the business aspect and then the people talking and he's running a gym. He's setting up rings. Like, how do you get away? What does Aaron do to you know what? I just want to get away. I just want to get away from boxing for a little bit. I want to get away from the drama. I want to get away from the bullshit. I just got to get away and be Aaron Bernardo. When does that ever happen?
It's tough, man. I won't lie to you. It's tough. And it's definitely like the hardest mental component and aspect. You know what I mean? Sometimes it weighs it down. But my family's everything, man. It's just my kids, like sometimes just putting the phone on silent or just shutting it off for a few hours and just kind of diving into my wife and kids and playing toys with my kids. And I know the haters will say he's overplaying the dad thing, blah blah blah.
No, he's not. No, you're not. And let them say that to me because I got kids and I got grandkids. No, you're not.
I'm a father. I love my kids to death. I would fucking do.
You're a father before you're anything.
Yeah, I would do horrendous things if anybody ever hurt my family, and that's just facts. And just kind of dive into my wife and kids, like sitting down, putting the phone on silent, or shutting it off for 2 hours and watching a movie with her, a non-boxing movie, just sitting down playing toys and tapping into my inner child with my daughter and my sons, and just getting like a whole thing going. And lately, like my biggest thing is like my father was an artist. He's been an artist my entire life, and he's an amazing artist. And I've kind of taught myself how to draw. I'm not as good as him, not nearly as good, but like sometimes like coming home from a long day and just sitting down at my dining room table, and my wife got me like an art kit and just drawing with my kids. You know what I mean? Just like drawing with my kids. And yeah, that's the best.
Put more of that stuff up too, man. Because I know you go, and it's gonna be hard for you to find that balance, man. Like, I got this tournament. I'm not hosting a tournament, but we got to travel. I got 2 guys fighting here. I got the ring that's gonna go here.
Yeah, never really have a day off. You know what I mean? Like you never really have a day off.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out mentally. And like a couple coaches said it to me on Sunday, like, dude, you don't stop. And like, no, I don't stop. And that's what probably everybody hates too. But like, I'm not going to stop. I can't stop. Like, I'll take every ring until I can. I'll work every corner that I can. I'll do, 100 sessions a week. I'll teach I'll teach every single class, all 13 classes. I'll teach them all. And, it's, there's a reason that it's Bernardo's boxing. And like, my father told me a long time ago, he was like, because we used to be punished for striking systems. And, we were I wanted to make it broader and, something cool or a cool name. And obviously Bernardo's is more family oriented. But my father used to say, he'd be like, Aaron, like you've always done this on your own, like no partners, just you and your wife. And like, that's you. The gym is you. It's you, you're Aaron, you're Bernardo, you're the gym. And a lot of these other guys can't do that because they got partners or they got funding somewhere else, right? And they can't call their gym, their last name because it's not just them.
Right. They got other investors.
They can't, right? They got partners, and that's okay. That's fine. But I've done this on my own. I built this shit from nothing, okay? Through all the hate, through all the bullshit, through all the people trying to bring me down, through everything. I built this from nothing. Aaron Bernardo did, and Samantha Bernardo, who took my name, okay? The year I started my gym, the year I started training people, okay, like, kind of making the year I started Punish for Striking Systems was the year I married her and the year she took my name. So Aaron and Samantha Bernardo, Bernardo's Boxing, that's my name. And one day my kids will have this gym, And this whole building that I'm sitting in right now, this whole 130-year-old historical landmark will be named after me one day. I stand on that.
Absolutely, brother. I know what you're working with. I know what you. Hey, Aaron. Hey, continue to work in the dock. Nah, you know what? None of that. Yeah. Nah, that's a Batman. That's a Batman thing. I don't even think you're into Batman. I'm going to tell you this. Now, listen, man. No, hang on. I was going to tell you, work in the dock. Nah, work while they sleep. Live like they dream. Eric Thomas. Listen, let me say that again. Work while they sleep. Live like they dream. Eric Thomas. Let's get to the comments real quick, Aaron, okay? We got James Thayer. He says, I'm the same way, my friend. Wish there were more of us dads. Anyone can be a father, but not everyone is a dad. Now, that's facts 100. We got Justin Vieira commented again. He says, the only 2 things you'll ever have as a man is your word and your name.
Sure.
And I think that's why I see other gyms and they may look at Bernardo's Boxing and be like, but Bernardo's Boxing, that's his name. And I think you take so much pride in that, so much joy in that, and you work so hard to keep that. You know what I mean? And how you train and how you have tournaments and the rings. And I think it's amazing you work with the young kids and from school. I think New Bedford is starting to figure it out with the New Bedford Whaling boxing in the school. I want to see, and Aaron, Aaron, how long have I been talking about bringing boxing to high school? It's not
Yeah,
a violent
yeah,
sport when it's done right.
yeah,
I would love to see you run a program and get involved with the forum public schools. I think it would help out with kids' anxiety, kids bullying, kids stress, healthy eating, all that stuff. I think boxing is great for that.
yeah.
Aaron's worked very hard for what he's got. I can tell you. I remember when you were training guys out of your basement,
Hmm. Yeah.
right?
I'm a co-owner of a gym. I got money coming in, nice and steady. I'm getting paid just to sit there and work the desk. Everything's good. COVID hits, money stops. My partner calls me, right? Hey, it's
Wow.
his. Hey, sorry, man, no more money. What? I got 2 kids. I got a newborn, bro. I got a 1-year-old and a newborn. Sorry, man, no more money, bro. Can't go into the account. Done, bro. Sounds good. All right, cool, man. Meanwhile, he's well off. He's got another job. He's well off. You know what I mean? That's no fault to him. He's got another job. He's good. The other guy, the other partner, he's got a fucking even better job, right? They're killing it, right? Now you got Aaron. So what do I got to do? I got to invest money, remodel my basement, hang some heavy bags, stick a ring into the wall, and now, fast forward 3-4 months, I got 50 people paying me monthly memberships. I got people paying me personal training. Half the people that own gyms now, they all trained in that basement. They all trained in that basement. They forgot about that basement that gave them solitude, that basement that gave them something to go to, that basement that taught them how to box, that basement that introduced them into boxing, that basement that gave them a getaway from their home life that they couldn't stand, because they were hitting the bottle or whatever it was, right? That basement was a sanctuary to them. They all forgot about that basement, right? They all forgot about that basement. Well, guess what? I'm still in the basement. I'm still in the basement right here. I'll always be in the basement. You know what I mean? And yeah, whatever, man. I won't lie to you. After the pro show, I've been on one, and who knows what's next for me, man. I got some feelings, man, and we'll see, man. We'll see. I got some feelings, but at the end of the day, I get worked up. But I mean, last week I had 2 ring rentals, both successful, made money. I had 3 boxers compete. They all won very convincingly, all won, all performed great. One of them beat the #1 guy in New England, and he won Fighter of the Night. Just did a phenomenal job. The other one's one of my best friends. The other one's a training partner of one of my fighters, Daniel Nenevi, who is like one of my brothers, like a son to me. And it was just an amazing week. And then, what the best part is, though? Like, I had that week, right? I had that week. And then I came home on Sunday night, and my kids jumped for joy when they saw me. My wife texted me, on the drive home and said, all these kids have been talking about was, when's daddy going to be home? What time's daddy going to be home? When's daddy going to be home? And I sat on the couch with my boy, my 5-year-old boy, my 6-year-old boy, my Merrick. And I sat on the couch and I'm watching Power Rangers with him. And just out of nowhere, I got like a cutoff shirt on. Out of nowhere, just kisses me on the arm. Just out of nowhere, just for no
And
reason.
all that bullshit's gone after that.
Yeah, he's becoming a big boy. He just kisses daddy on the arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Am I winning in life? Am I winning?
absolutely.
I'm fucking winning, man. I'm
Yeah, hey,
winning.
baby. So
I'm
when you
winning.
listen, I want
So
to
all the
say,
haters out there, all the people that don't like me, all the people that are messaging officials behind my back and people behind my back and promoters behind my back. You don't think I know anything? I know it all, son. I'm deeper in this game than you could ever want to be right now. But guess what, son? I'm fucking winning, bro. I'm fucking winning, bro. I'm telling you that right now. So
I
keep going.
no, yeah, look, man, I love it, brother. Listen, and look, because I know I ain't got you for too much longer, but I'm hearing passion, I'm hearing all kind of things, and I just want your fighters, because if I say right now, all right, Aaron, thanks for joining us, and you take off your fighter, whoever's watching is gone. So I want to say this.
I'll stay on for the hour. I don't care. I got time to talk. Whatever you want.
No, it's just that I want this is coming from me. Okay,
Yeah.
Jerry from the neutral corner to Aaron Bernardo and Bernardo's Boxing Fighters. young, old, doesn't matter, pro, amateur, just starting out, never giving up. You heard Aaron's story, starting in the basement, and then COVID hit. Money stopped coming in. People, investors stopped. He could have gave up. And everybody would have been like, hey, man, COVID hit. A lot of businesses gave up. A lot of people gave up. It would have been okay. It would have been okay. But he didn't. He didn't. He kept grinding. He kept working in the night. And he kept grinding and grinding. And now look where he's at. This is what happens when you don't give up. When you got haters coming at you. You got all this outside energy, all this outside stuff coming at you. And when you can just put the blinders on and focus and know what's important, that's success. That's what it takes. It's easy to get on Facebook and, put this one down and that one down and come to my gym. No, your fruits of your labor are going to show.
Yeah.
This happens. And that's what happened with Bonanos and Bonanos Boxing. I think you do a great job. I love all your shows. Let me ask you this before I let you go. I'm going to address the elephant in the room that I've been asked by a lot of people. Okay. Are we ever going to see another Fights on the Battleship? He's like, and I'm not lying, Aaron. Everyone, once I posted I was putting you on, you were coming on the show, I had people, hey, isn't he gonna do a Battleship again? I said, listen, I don't know. I'll let him address that. Just watch the show. So I'm asking you, are we ever going to see Fights on the Battleship again?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's it, baby. I love that, Aaron. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good. So the question's been answered.
Yep. Yep. This
Good.
summer, baby. Get it.
This summer. This 2025. You heard it, Aaron. Aaron, have you said this on any other podcast? Because I know you're on a few.
Oh.
So you're breaking it here on the Neutral
You heard
Corner.
it here first on the Neutral Corner.
There will be Fights on a Battleship this year, and I will be there. I wasn't at Boston boxing promotions event because I had family issues going on. That was good issues, family things.
Yeah.
But they always put on a good card, always put on a good show. Aaron, man, I'm so happy to hear that. Like,
there was a roof on that ship, I blow it off again. I've done it twice. I got to make it 3 times. That's my event. That's my show.
That's Bernardo's Boxing.
That's my show.
Hey, man.
I'll pull it off again.
I just want to give and you got sponsors, man. I know we talked about, is it Trident Environmental Group?
Yeah, Trident Environmental. They're one of my gold. They're one of my return sponsors always.
Oh, and what they do is an amazing environmental work is never easy.
Yep.
I think that's a great company, and I want to thank them and all the other Corey the real estate. Is it Ferreira?
Yeah, Corey the realtor. Yep.
Dude, he's great. Looking for a place, man. If you're looking for a house, hit him up. He'll take care of you. Believe me when I tell you.
Yep.
He'll take care of you. He's a forever guy. Hey, Aaron. Any exiting words? That's all. I'm going to give it to you.
I think I said enough today.
And you said it right here on the Neutral Corner. Yeah. I told you that's what we're about, baby. It's about
I gave you a banger today, Jerry, for the one back.
I love it. I love those bangers, man. I love that shit. Listen, but that's what it's about. This is the mentality you need to have because you got
Mamba, baby. Mamba mentality, baby.
There you go, brother. And, Aaron, I just want to thank you for always supporting the Neutral Corner with your fighters and your boxers, and we enjoy it and we love it. We
thank you.
Want to have your continued support like you've always had for the Neutral Corner, and not only your support. What I mean is, like you've told me, like, yo, man, what do you mean? You don't need all that fancy shit. Just bring on good guests and people are gonna go to it. So I was training people in a spare bedroom apartment with a few bags and a heavy bag,
a few mats and a heavy bag hanging from the doorway, and I was competing with commercial gyms. So it's just about the product, about what what you provide. Real quick, um, May 3rd and 4th, right here at the Fall River CYO, Bernardo Boxing. We're hosting the Junior Olympics, okay? The Junior Olympics, the JO tournament. So this is all across New England. If you are a JO, 8 years old, all the way to 17 years old, please enter the tournament. Winners, juniors, and youth winners will qualify for the Summer Festival in Las Vegas this year, which is a big deal, okay? Nationals over in Las Vegas, all the winners, junior and youth, qualify for the Summer Festival. And then we are also looking to fill the card. I will take 18 plus. I will take elite opens, novice, sub novice. If you got a boxer and he's not a JO and he wants to compete or she wants to compete and wants experience, I'm going to put a bunch of specials on the show. So hit me up, hit my DMs. Bernardo Boxing, FR on Instagram, Bernardo Boxing Facebook, Aaron Bernardo, Bernardo Boxing TikTok, whatever the heck you want to do. My number's all over 508-493-9556. And just give me a call, shoot me a message.
And Aaron, people can donate to your gym if they wanted to, right?
Yeah, so you know what I mean. I want to, obviously, like different sponsors we've had, and grants we've gotten, like through education funding and all that. Thank you so much. But if you're just an everyday average, person that just wants to donate to a good cause, you can go on BernardoBoxing.square site. Just type in Bernardo Boxing on Google. It's like the second one. It comes right up. The website's also attached to my Facebook page. If you scroll to the bottom, there's a donate now button. So, like I said, all the proceeds go back to the kids. Pretty much everything that I get, I just sponsor a kids membership.
Wow.
And yeah, that's really it, man. Obviously, shout out to the women's group. We did start a women's private small group. If you want to enter that, let me know. Shoot me a DM. I'll get you set. I'll get you scheduled. Our Everyone Can Punch program. We used to just meet once a month. Now we're meeting multiple times a month. It's an unbelievable program. So thank you, Diane Aldrich, who set me up with that. And I love those kids. And now some of those kids from the Everyone Can Punch program, and these are kids with like muscle atrophy and special needs and just really some severe disorders. Right? We box with these kids, but some of them are doing so well in that program, they've integrated into our youth program.
Wow.
So now they're in the youth program and just kind of leveling up their skills and kind of pushing past their comfort zones. It's an amazing thing.
Absolutely.
I'm doing amazing work over here. I'm doing more work than I could have ever done as a boxer or a fighter or anything. Like the lives I've touched. I'm usually pretty humble with this, but it's just the truth, man. Like I go home sometimes at the end of the night and I sit up in my bed and I just thank God or whoever runs this universe or whoever's playing my video game, like whatever it may be, whatever it is, it doesn't even feel real sometimes, man. Like
wait a minute.
man, I got a beautiful wife, supportive. I got a beautiful family. I got amazing parents. I got amazing in-laws. I got amazing sister-in-laws. I love them all so much. I have beautiful kids. I have the best clients around, the most loyal clients around. I've met all these new teenage kids who have just like they walked into my life at the perfect time and they give me such a motivation, and I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful, and I just can't wait to keep going. I'm doing the work I'm doing over here. It's not even work, man. It's just like it's a purpose, it's a purpose. I'm fulfilling.
Wow. Yeah. And I think I think being in Fall River, man, and all the other gyms, but what you're doing with the schools, what you're doing with these kids that are now moving into a little bit more advanced program, I think it's great. I think, I can speak for me. I think what you do in the community is great. I can Fall River, I think is this is this is going to get me because I say it all the time. There's a lot of good gyms in Fall River. I'm not going to deny that. You know what I mean? There are a lot of good gyms, and they do a lot of good for the community. But this is the problem: we don't talk about it enough. I listen to local media, local radio stations, local this, local that, and we're not talking about the gyms and not even gyms, just different type of people and what they're doing to help out the community. I think we need to start talking about the positive things in Fall River a lot more, because we focus so much on the negative things that are going. And not to say the negative things aren't important, because they are. They are important. But I think we need to focus on gyms like yours and what you're doing and how you're helping the community, getting kids off the streets. You know, you're meeting new teenagers now. I think it's great. Dave Simons chimes in again. He says, love you, pal. Grateful for the work you're doing in our community. It's exactly what I was just saying.
Love you too, buddy.
You know, I think what you do, Aaron, is great. Keep doing what you're doing. Let the haters fuel that fire and passion that you have. And I just want to say one thing before I let you go. That beard, man, is like the beard, man.
Come on,
look
man.
at that shit. Look at that. It looks good. It's shining and shit.
Who can compete with this? Come on, baby. That's testosterone, baby. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Aaron, thank you so much.
Can't even get this to connect. Come on, bro.
Hey, you know what? I have that. I'm in my 50s. I have that. Aaron,
look, I got 4 kids for a reason, son. Let's go.
So, hey, man, listen, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your night to come hang out with the Neutral Corner, man, and continue to do what you do. The Neutral Corner is always going to support you.
You too. Continue to do what you do, because like, you should have everybody on this thing, man. I'm gonna send you guys every week if I can, man. Like,
I'll take it.
I'll send you guys, but you don't even need me to, because the guests you've had world champions on here, man. Legend, Hall of Famers, man. Who else is pulling that kind of stuff? It's unbelievable. So come on, man. Come on, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, and we're gonna continue to do so. We're gonna get more out into the social media platforms. Aaron, again, thank you so much. I know you're busy with all your stuff at the gym. Congratulations on everything, and the Neutral Corner loves you for always supporting and showing your support. Again, thank you so much for coming on tonight, man. I really appreciate it.
I love you guys, man. Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, brother. So, look, man, you know, that was Aaron Bernardo from Bernardo's Boxing. Tonight, he spoke with so much passion, drive. Oh, I love it. I love it. And that just goes to show you the type of trainer he is. He's very professional when he needs to be. Yes, when you're in the middle, you know, it's tough to be wearing 2-3 hats, right? So it's his gym. You got a promotional putting on an event at your gym. You have fighters in that event. So of course you're going to get excited. I watch boxing on TV and I'm saying crazy things. I'm saying he should use a jab, get out, step off the line. He's straight for right, shoots a jab. He's staying on line for, like, I'm getting crazy. I'm yelling at the judges. I don't agree with the decision. I think it's crazy, some of the decisions we're seeing today. It's crazy. So I can understand that. And Aaron's point is he's going to try to balance the excitement, the passion, his gym, his name. That's hard to do. Believe me, I've known Aaron for a long time. He's a good guy. He means well. We all get heated. We all get crazy. Believe me, he means well. Aaron's the type of guy to help you out. Believe me, he'll help you out. I've known Aaron for a long time. Listen, everybody, I want to thank everybody for joining into the Neutral Corner. I want you to all go over to our YouTube page, the Neutral Corner Massachusetts. Give us a subscribe. Hit the little bell. You'll know when we're live. Tomorrow night. Thank you, Justin Vieira. Thank you, David. Thank you, James Thayer. Thank you, everybody, for commenting. This show doesn't happen without you guys. I want the participation of the people that are watching. We'll take all your questions, We'll take that. Listen, tomorrow night, those that have stuck around, tomorrow night, we have the Massachusetts State Police boxing team having an event that we're going to talk about, and it's going to be a great show. I'm so excited for this one also. I am so happy to be back. The Neutral Corner is back, and we're doing back-to-back shows. It's crazy, but we're doing it because what we do when we're crazy, we do it back to back. You know what I mean? Thank you, everybody. State Troopers tomorrow night, 7 p.m. right here on the Neutral Corner. We're out.
Dundee, Ali's trainer right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier.